Hello.
Wow.
There you are.
Well,
Hello.
this day.
Yeah. Looks like you just got back from a run, man.
No, I actually just showered and I was in the middle of the shower and then I was like, shit, I exceeded my time.
See, you could have
But you got to
done
think,
anything
you got
during
to
the shower, and then improv therapy would have gone to a new level.
Yeah.
You could have, done the live stream in the shower.
Yeah.
I should have, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Live
Improv
stream.
spa therapy.
Yeah, I don't think you are taking our viewership numbers seriously enough, Adi.
Is there any problem if I wear a WeWork t-shirt? Can we get sued for this?
I feel that your volume goes up and down. It's like there's a when you talk, it's not a very
It's like you're
good
Scottish suddenly.
audio quality.
My fellow Singaporeans.
It's funny how it's funny how you can only change to say only one thing, right?
Yeah.
You can say like many different things. Okay. Oh, okay.
Doors are closing.
How do you
Disappointed!
How many
how
tracks
do you
do
do
you
that
have?
without your lips moving?
What could go wrong?
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, guys. Obvious topic of the day: Circuit Breaker Phase 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally.
What do you guys want to do? Or what do you obviously you're allowed more things to do now, so what's the
Hang out with 3 more friends.
three more friends?
Yeah.
3 more friends.
You don't want to maximize?
No, I mean now I have to find 3 friends. Like, just...
Oh yeah. Well, sorry. Well,
I thought it was 5 friends.
yeah. Sorry. I count my girlfriend like as
Yeah.
one of my friends.
You saw your
right.
girlfriend as a friend?
Well,
Yes.
Hey, so he has 3 girlfriends, girlfriends.
Wow.
He has 3 girlfriends, Wow.
No, it's,
Okay.
Wow.
this is streamed live, guys.
I
Way to break it to her, man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, we're just friends. We're like living together, but we're just friends, you know.
She's like coming by. If she's opened the door behind me with a pan.
Yeah. Lovely.
If I had 3 girlfriends or so, I'd be 4th would be too much lah. Just saying 3 girlfriends. If I had 3 girlfriends.
That's true. Like,
yeah,
calm down.
because the 4th would be too much.
Yeah, the 4th would be too much. Like 3.
That's where you draw the line.
So you think a polyamorous relationship can exist only between 4 people at max? Is that like a natural limit
Max?
that people
I think there's got to be a limit, right? There's got to be a limit. Like those ancient emperors with like 200 wives, they can't possibly be spending time with all of them, or knowing their names all the time.
Well,
Right?
no.
I
Not
mean,
like
you
daily.
can roll on an annual
Yeah.
basis or biannual.
Roll.
2 a night. And bam,
a night.
you have like, you can go like
And
6 rounds in a
tonight's
year.
time is for
Yeah.
wife number 63. 63,
Yeah,
come on up.
That's
Or
gonna be
it's like, yeah, pull out an 88. 2 fat ladies, come on.
Okay, so I have
Oh,
no
no.
idea how we got to this from circuit breakers.
Oh, did you know 88 is meant to represent
That's how improv therapy works.
ideology? Because
What?
H is the 8th letter, so 88 becomes Hail Hitler.
Ah, yes.
Wow, so we just got Godwin. This is amazing. This is like,
Wow.
we've hit all the
All right,
checkpoints in the
guys.
first 10
Tell
Yes.
minutes.
anybody that you are a
Hitler
Nazi.
reference done.
Yeah, and that is the end of improv therapy.
No, no, this, I mean,
Thank
we're
you
not in
guys for
Germany,
spinning
so this
our-
is technically legal.
All right.
Yeah.
No, it's technically
although not in
legal.
great taste.
I know, but the whole Godwin's law thing, right? Like the moment someone mentions Hitler or the Nazis is where that conversation is over.
I feel that's a very American-centric. It was American-centric. Now, basically, you can be a Nazi and it's okay.
Well, yeah.
well,
Who
How,
would've
how
th-
times have changed.
Yeah, in about like 4 years. Thanks a lot, Trump. Fuck you. Hey, whatever, man. I'm just gonna say whatever I like. I got freedom. Also, I can vote, which is awesome. I've been able to vote for 14 years now. Fuck. It's long.
wow.
No change has happened in the time since I started voting. So in my first general election, I was like super like, wow, I can vote. My second one was like, well, my vote didn't change much. And now my third, I don't know, is it the 4th one already? Jesus, I lost count. Like, I don't care anymore.
But then again, I mean, the elections are done whenever it's like most beneficial, right? So it's not like there's an election every 4 years. There's an election whenever they want it to be.
Yeah. So it's every 3.5 to 4.5 years, depending on how the economy is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, however, the economy during the coronavirus situation is not going to be good anyway.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's the excuse.
So,
Okay.
scapegoats. Okay.
So they're playing the
Well, not
excuse.
really scapegoats. I mean, whose fault could it be, right? But
Oh yeah.
Well, we can always blame China.
you can, but why would you? I mean, it doesn't really
China.
benefit me.
China.
Who said that?
In Singapore, do you guys only like vote for the parliament? Do you have like any like smaller district votes or just?
Well, there's the Singapore Idol, which we vote for.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's
Those were some very intense elections back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
I remember those.
I believe there is a concept of the GRC, and you vote for your representative for that. But I mean, more than that,
It's complicated.
yeah.
Not really.
Group representation.
I mean, every few years or so, someone gerrymanders a little bit. The rules are changed to make sure that
Wow.
previous mistakes weren't repeated. Mudslinging starts at the appropriate time. Which
Wow,
is
kid,
today,
you're really going for
apparently.
the feature, the feature on the website.
Yeah.
He wants to be featured.
Dude, I just applied for PR a couple of months ago, man. Like, don't screw my chances.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you haven't said anything wrong, but it can't take away my citizenship, right?
Well, that's
you
true.
can write that piece.
Can
you can write that
they?
piece.
Yeah, but if I laugh at what you say, then that's it for me.
Oh no, okay. Yeah.
You just gotta keep in character, Parag. Keep in character of someone who just applied for PR.
I was laughing uneasily. But deep inside.
Yeah.
And
I was
nervous
la-
laughter.
I was laughing against my will. They did not show the giant feather that they had to tickle me off of camera.
I mean, don't worry, Parag. If you do the right thing, you check all the right numbers. In a couple of years, you might even be able to say,
My fellow Singaporeans,
Wow.
Yeah, that's an interesting change.
Wow.
That's like President Schwarzenegger.
"What? No, this is the right guy. I didn't change his voice." Yeah, I just ripped it from a clip of one of his speeches. But yeah,
That's right, Kim. He's the right guy.
he's the right guy. No, he's quitting, right?
What?
I don't know. Really? Oh,
Is he?
Yeah.
They've been grooming someone. What is his name? Heng Swee Keat?
How hairy is this person?
Heng Swee Keat? I don't know. You can go up close and check. I don't know.
How long have they been grooming this person? It's just
Oh, that's what you meant by
Okay.
Sorry.
disappointed!
I should have seen the connection.
I didn't have time to put in a drum roll in my thing. But,
What does being hairy have to do with like being the prime minister? Like,
what?
Savani, could you just go and whack Parag for that joke, please? Nearby.
we are talking
Thanks.
with an echo now. Like,
Yeah, now you have
Yeah,
it.
now I can hear the echo.
I have an echo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, ever.
Are you happy now, Kim?
Cock.
What? Oh dear.
Penis.
Was that from
Wow.
Buff?
Yes, I just got back with a shark.
Thank you. Thank you, audience.
Sharknado.
You are
Oh
great.
no.
is there still an echo? Because if it is, then it is again me.
I think the echo is my feedback now because I couldn't hear you guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch on my headphones and put it on so you don't have to hear myself twice. Once is bad.
That's
Right.
nice.
Hearing yourself.
I'm just
This
wondering
is
what
a-
else is gonna what other kind of shrapnel is gonna fly my way throughout the course of this.
Anyway, it's a very
Place your
professional
bets.
production of the Improv Therapy where we're ready for everything and anything.
Yes.
The technology
reminds you,
I-
that reminds me now that we are coming back to normalcy. Is Improv Therapy ending? Are we the finale?
I think we're expecting episode 12, which is 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I think we have like until the end of June for sure. Maybe the
fir-
beginning of July as well.
Right.
Yeah.
You could actually do an Improv Therapy session at the end of this month and with everybody in the same place.
So the.
Ooh,
Ah.
very reverby.
Yeah.
Very accurate.
Vibrant.
How come you have an echo? Like, what's going on?
Are you the voice of God now?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Now it's better, yeah.
Yeah, it's better.
If we cut to Kim's computer. Oh no!
So we'll
Wow.
wait for a while to see if the audience can hear Kim now. However, I have to say that nothing prepared me better for like a return to normalcy than Adi being late for a thing.
Yep, you know things are back to normal when Adi is late.
All
Yeah.
this circuit breaker, Adi was never late. Every time he was one of the first to arrive in any Zoom call.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta appreciate the like. Well, at least like once we, I suppose like once we this thing is over, right? We could like he was saying though, like we can actually have like improv sessions and just like live stream it. Because we can like do physical improv. Yeah.
It's actually in the talks right now. We're still like confirming what we're allowed and what we're not allowed to do in our very tiny little space. But
Yo,
what's up?
Yeah.
Oh no. But yeah, there are definitely productions like capabilities being lined up on like preparing the den for broadcasting shows from the den. So hopefully that comes up by
Are you guys gonna do like auction shows? Auction. Yeah, there's really...
auction. Oh, that auctions would actually be useful because we have a lot of shit in the
How
den
about
right
now?
now.
Yeah.
How about now,
We
friends?
would like to sell
we
them.
can still
away
hear you,
if
Kim.
possible.
I know
We
you
can
can hear me.
technically
I'm not talking to you directly. I'm talking to my Twitch audience.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
It's just that I'm making sure that both of us can hear you.
You guys are great. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do some
Yes.
ASMR right now.
We're talking about
Yeah.
auctions. Yes. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna auction shit up the den.
Yeah.
Hang on. Wait. What?
Like
Oh, I thought you
We-
were gonna. I
we
thought you
have,
were gonna
like-
auctions like seats at the theater because like because you can only have like five people in a show, so it's just like limited edition.
Do you think
Yeah,
we could
yeah.
auction off some improvisers as well? Just like
That's
auction off
Ooh.
No, like
That's
2
called
weeks.
human trafficking.
Sorry.
No,
Two weeks ago, we did, or 3 weeks ago, we did a show. You auctioned off me cutting my hair
That's
on
true.
the
Oh,
air.
yeah,
Oh yes, I remember this.
It's
was
fun
a
how
good
we're talking
show.
about auctioning people off when there are protests about Black Lives Matter in the US right now. And, part of
dear.
their grievance is the whole slavery thing. And I'm just like, this is amazing.
Yeah, but,
You're always
auctioning,
right.
do you think auctioning with consent is okay?
Yeah.
Right.
What are you
Is
auctioning?
slavery with consent, okay.
I never said slavery.
I mean, that's what you're
Slavery.
asking. That is what you're asking.
Consent slavery?
How if it's consensual, it's not slavery.
I'm pretty sure it's a kind of a weird situation to be in, right? Like I don't know if you're consensual and actually eager
when
about
did you-
slavery.
When did you turn into Kanye West? Like, what happened?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it's a bit odd. Like, can you imagine like a slave like put on an auction block and he goes like, "Hey guys, hey, come on, I'm sure I can get a better price. Hey, I'm really
That
into
that
this."
sounds like a Key and
That's
Peele
a Key and
skit.
Peele
That is
Yeah,
the key
yeah,
of this
that's
sketch,
a
yeah.
Key and Peele skit.
Oh, look at all these improvisers who know the exact same sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah, auction like players.
That's our
and stuff,
vocabulary.
like sportsmen.
Yes.
Sportsmen are auctioned, so yeah.
Well, that's
You're
true.
being-
It's true.
That depends on
you're
the
being
sportsman,
auctioned
plus
for
they're being
improvising
paid.
skill.
Yeah, but that's with their consent, though.
Yes, that's what I meant, like consensual auctioning.
But sportsmen aren't,
Okay.
aren't slaves, right?
You know what?
Auctioning improvisers.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say
I'm
right
saying
now
that's
that
not
none of
too
you
much.
are actually good at the whole slavery thing, so I'm gonna stop this right here. Just,
Yeah.
this is
Okay,
weird
sure.
and a terrible group
Okay.
to be talking about this. None of us are even remotely connected to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like none of us are
Auctioning-
American, none of us are African American, none of us.
Yeah.
This is weird. There's
That's
many more
fair.
things. So I'd rather risk Pofma than to go and go down this particular rabbit hole.
Okay.
What?
Another tick for improv therapy.
Bam.
Huh?
Yeah.
We were talking about auctioning objects in the studio.
Yeah,
I was?
auctioning object.
Getting
Oh yeah, sure.
We've had many random objects in the studio over the years.
What's the weirdest thing you found, Miguel?
I was about to say mangoes, but then I feel like there's something even weirder than that.
Oh no, I found some brackets. I think these were fittings for probably lights. They were like
For a
remote
moment,
control
I thought
lights.
you found
Parentheses.
parentheses.
Yes, exactly.
High five. Yes.
I have found shoes. I have found a large unopened bottle of Dove soap. Just someone
Maybe
left
somebody-
it there. It's like,
I'm-
hey,
Somebody
Kim.
gave it to you as a gift, like a nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Here is a soap for the den.
And they're with us tonight in the audience.
Yes. Would you like to reveal your presents?
I have very often found food, but then people later say, "Oh, I stole it" or something. I mean, it's very rude when people accuse me of that. I just found it and I ate it.
Oh, the handcuffs. The handcuffs are actually very identifiably Miguel's.
Oh dear.
Wait, what?
For context.
No context needed. I think we're good with context. We're fine. We're done.
No.
We're good.
That was
We're
a
good.
production that required handcuffs. It was a
Yeah,
murder
yeah, a
mystery.
private
It was a murder
production.
mystery.
Private production.
Yes, it was a murder mystery.
I mean, call it what you want. I mean, you can call it production if you like, man. But sure.
Yeah.
But you're in the improv company all the time, right? How do you find things that would surprise you? Wouldn't it like?
That's the thing.
That's because
Like,
people
how
come
do
in and
these
then they
things-
leave their shit around.
Oh, okay.
We have like 3 bottles of sake lying around. And like, I don't even remember bringing these here.
Okay.
Oh, some of
What
them.
can you fit
yeah.
in a box this size? And people just leave stuff.
Yes.
I can fit.
We
Listen.
use that offer so often, but it's actually the truth. Like, our storeroom is filled with objects that can fit inside a shoebox.
Yeah, you know, I haven't been back for 2 months. I'm a bit scared.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you have stuff you can play props
think-
with.
Yeah. Did you see that video of like the movie theater? Basically, all their seats are moldy and whatnot. I think you should be prepared.
Oh,
mentally.
yeah.
In
Yeah.
Malaysia?
Man,
I don't know. I don't know where is it, but basically like.
No, I
after
see
a
it,
lockdown,
see it.
Yeah.
yeah. One of
Wait,
the
what
things
is it?
that
Sorry,
I
what is it? What is it?
It's
Theater
a
seats.
Theater.
moldy.
Movie theater moldy seats. So all the seats have like a layer of mold.
Oh,
on them.
molded. Yeah, okay.
Because no one has visited a theater, like a movie theater, in like.
One of the things I heard about was a danger of Legionnaire's disease coming back because all these buildings haven't had their pipes used or their air vents used for a couple of months, and so all the fun things are growing. So people
know,
get
but
in,
do
it's
we
through the
have
aircon and bam, mold in your lungs, and you're like, oh, I'm dead.
Do we have any Legionnaires left, or
Yeah,
is a
the French
Legionnaire?
Foreign Legion is still active.
okay?
I don't know if that's what you were asking, but that's all I know.
Yeah, because I was like, don't you have to be a Legionnaire to get Legionnaire's disease? What is Legionnaire?
That's like saying you need hand, foot, and mouth disease. You need like hand, feet, and mouth to get that.
Don't you?
No, you can be the completely limbless and still get it.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Oh,
That is
you learn
fair.
something new every day. I
Yeah.
guess you don't have to be a Legionnaire to get Legionnaire's disease, and you don't have to have hand, foot, and mouth to get HFMD.
Let's go into the realm of philosophy.
Well, like you don't have to be Spanish to get the Spanish flu. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically it wasn't really Spanish. Just because the Spanish were just transparent about it.
Well, like Chinese virus.
Oh dear. And there goes all our Chinese viewers. Bye.
Oh, one of our audience said a studio, camera, lights, stage, and Miguel's handcuffs speaks for itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse. Wow.
A production.
Yes. A very special production.
Yes. What happens if you were to stage that production more than once?
We wouldn't.
If people
Hey,
are willing
what
to
sort of
pay
question
for
is that? Hey,
What?
what
Wait.
does that mean?
Yes, there is something there.
That goes from like a vaguely just sexual kind of joke to a horrifying Saw like kind of
Yeah. Let us
Right?
play a
You
game. And we'll
Only
stream
play
this
once.
game on Twitch.
Right. Okay.
Excellent, excellent. So we managed to cover a lot of our bases. We offended as many people as we can. It's great.
Oh dear.
It's going perfectly well. I think Adi actually mentioned earlier, is this the last episode of Improv Therapy Live? No, our last episode will actually be in a couple of weeks' time. So we are planning for a finale with a few invited guests, with a specific topic in mind. So that's brewing in the works. So that's going to be fun. So watch out for that in 2 Fridays or so, depending on scheduling and so on.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should promise at this point not to kill off all character development in the finale. Just
Yeah, well,
we
it's
promise
the
that,
finale
though?
of this season. There may be a second season depending on whether the producers commission.
Whether Kim needs
we're
more
gonna check that
therapy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not invited, you piece of shit. Shut up. Actually, no,
I'm
you
not
are.
invited for a
You are.
therapy session?
You are, actually. Anyway, that's separate.
Yeah.
Very good. I'm just gonna...
My fellow Singaporeans,
Cool. Okay, moving
Oh
on.
dear.
I really need to add more sounds. I'm getting a bit tired of that. Okay, so we are doing really well today. So how many of you can vote?
I can vote.
Generally,
Excellent, excellent.
I mean, I can, but in the past 2 times which I was eligible to vote. I could not vote.
Like you weren't allowed
Are we
to.
talking in Singapore or like can vote? At some
I can
point?
vote generally, yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, people can.
I can vote
Generally,
in
I
India.
can also vote. Yeah.
Wow, you guys are so optimistic. That's not necessarily
I-
true.
I can vote in Greece.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. How's the government
Yeah.
there doing? Is it right wing
The
now?
originator of
Yeah.
democracy itself,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Greece.
The cradle of.
We had our own version of democracy where you could not vote if you did not have land, or if you were a woman, or if you were a slave. So yes, all of that. Democracy, though.
Hey,
Power.
did Greece at some
It
point
was-
lose its democracy? Like, did you guys have democracy and then it went away and then it came back, or did you guys have it like?
Well,
Speak a bit like a
we
disease.
we have had like countries taking over Greece, and like we were under the
Rome,
Ottoman Empire for like
Ottomans.
400 years.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
So I guess we could vote, but not that vote didn't matter.
Yeah.
Voting for
Wow.
Greece idol or something at that point.
Yeah.
Ottoman and idol.
That's
Just
quite
a couple of whirling
that's quite a classy
dervishes.
joke. That's quite a classy joke.
No, that was a really terrible joke.
No, it's quite a classy
I
joke.
don't think
ah.
you should be encouraging that. That was really bad.
It's a very
Disappointed!
If
Yeah.
I had a shark game, I would throw it at you.
Throw it through the camera.
Disappointed!
That's for you. All right. Moving on to our next topic before we get shut down by the police. We're gonna talk a little bit. Well, the last thing that caught my attention on social media, which I am on for an inordinate amount of time every day, was the whole artist non-essential thing. Yeah. A bunch of people got really unhappy about that for a variety of reasons. What I really liked about it was how like the first knee-jerk reaction was every artist, well, not every artist, a lot of artists on my newsfeed got really defensive about it. They were like, "We are non-essential. We are very essential. We produce things that you enjoy." And then after that, the second wave came back. So the reaction to the reaction, where people said, "Well, all these artists are responding in this way, being butthurt by it. They aren't seeing the bigger picture." And then there was a reaction to the reaction to the reaction, which is great. So now at this point, it's kind of faded into a bit of a back and forth.
It has rippled into.
So what is the bigger picture?
I mean, the bigger picture also was that the point wasn't about artists, right? The point really was that a lot of essential workers are not necessarily being compensated correctly or not being appreciated for their work. Like your average cleaner or your average kind of frontline worker, do you appreciate?
Yeah. However, the problem in framing this whole thing about like who is more important than the other, this is the problematic framing of the whole thing.
Well, no, I
Yeah.
mean that is the framing of Singapore's founding narratives, right? Because you have the whole racial narratives where.
Wow, you're really going for it, you
Wow.
going for it. You want that?
My fellow Singaporeans,
You want that picture?
I mean,
I
but
don't
that's the
know,
CMIO paradigm, right?
I don't know. Would it have been better if telemarketers were the most non-essential? I don't know.
I think if they did not
No,
include that column
think-
in the first place.
Yeah, but I think
Exactly.
They didn't, yeah, that all they had to do was just include
yeah.
the 5 top essential, and then like
Yeah.
people who did not want to do those jobs
Right.
if there was a pay increase. That would have sufficed to like explain the argument. The distracting part was when they included the 5 least essential.
Yeah, it's
And-
like
yeah.
it's like they couldn't they couldn't show appreciation for someone without putting someone else down.
No, so I
But
think the
that's
only way
Singapore.
to counter that would be if you were punching up, right? If you're like, oh, these guys get paid a lot and they're not essential, whereas these guys don't get paid enough and they're essential. But artists in Singapore are not like rolling in dough or anything. So you're not punching up, you're just
Right.
punching down.
So I'm hearing multiple things here. One is problem with the presentation of data, which is very clear because it was kind of poorly worded and it was also couched in unnecessary terms. And then there's a whole comedic thing about punching up, punching down. I mean, no one really. Why would you punch down at telemarketers?
My
up,
problem,
or-
sorry, but my problem is not with the presentation of data. My problem is with the initial question itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, who is more? Even the one column. What is the most essential job ever? That is a moot question. That has no real answer. What is the most essential
Sure.
job?
So that's also not just presentation of data, but in the formulation of the data of the survey itself, which is kind of a dumb
Yeah, exactly.
survey. Right? It's a clickbait
Exactly.
survey. And then we all took the bait. We all just went, yeah, oh, I'm gonna talk about it now, oh, and then the survey company is like, yes.
and with a nice piece of coincidence, a day after this article published in Singapore, in Greece, the Ministry of Education took out music and art classes from high schools.
Oh, so you're saying that the Singapore government and the Greece government are like chumps?
No,
I mean,
Jester, what have you
no.
been telling them?
Yeah.
but it's just that
Informant.
I'm saying that the point is that generally artists are not globally artists are not very well.
What I found
Hold on.
heartening was the fact that I didn't even know there were so many friends of mine who recognize themselves as artists, and suddenly people are like, "Hey, I'm."
You just said
That's,
artist. Like,
that's
what?
also the thing. Like, what is artist
Yeah.
in that?
Yeah,
that
I say
scope?
artist because artist is such a vague term, right?
Yeah.
So, and I was just like, wow, I didn't know you thought of yourself as an artist. I mean, good for you, but yeah, I had no idea. Good for you.
I mean, yeah, like so people who, I mean, there are all these kinds of artists, right? So it's not just like painter with a French mustache who's an artist, right? So you have like, I would argue that improvisers and like people who make like, obviously there's the visual arts, but then there's also like music production, cinematography, sound design, all of the like and improvisers, theater, all of this comes under art. And pretty much anything that doesn't serve like a purely functional thing, you could say in some way to provide entertainment could be classified as an art form, right? So
And that's one way of looking at it. You could have, I think you could have multiple definitions, but that's what was fun for me to see. Like, people just had their own notion of what an artist is.
Not just the artists, like those who appreciated the arts as well. They were also the ones who were very vocal about it.
Actually, the thing I feel about all this, and also the recent thing, the hit piece by whatever his name was. Seriously, I can't remember
Whatever
his
his
name, and
name
I can't be bothered to look it up. So either way,
You know who you are.
Is that it is a calculated strategy to create noise and distract you from the real issues.
what are the real issues?
The real issues are things like how is it being handled, the foreign worker issue, various social inequalities, or for example, right? Or if you're talking about the way the government is trying to deal with, say, elections, right? So you create these things that are designed to create a lot of noise, because the moment someone sees the hit piece by so and so, they're like, "Oh, this is bad." And then you get Tommy Cole being trotted out. Go be like, "Oh, actually, we should be reasonable about this." And then now we have an out. So then the establishment gets a chance to sound reasonable and sensible, while also appealing to their the people who respond positively to the kind of thing they're putting out. So what is happening
so
basically
you're-
is a noise machine.
So you're saying that they are playing a game whereby I give out as much materials that my base or whoever people who support me would respond to, and I'll just cycle back to whatever that's moderate or whatever that's acceptable at any moment.
Yeah, so that you can appeal to the moderates who think, "Oh, I would like to like these people. Now they're sounding reasonable. I'm gonna like them too." And so the same goes for the artist thing. So you have people who are coming back and forth. You create noise, enough noise, because when I'm hearing this noise about the artist essential thing, I'm not thinking about the important thing, because the important things are less sexy. The important things are less interesting and less knee jerky for people.
So part of the base of the establishment, at least according to this hypothesis, are people who hate artists and people who hate Alfian Sa'd, I think, right? That's the
I think there might be quite a large overlap between those two things.
Yeah, those two circles.
Yeah,
like-
part of the base is that, and that's the thing, right? Like, if you look at what people like and how people respond to it, there's definitely been a subset of my circle who've gone like, "Oh, these fucking artists, what are they talking about? They're definitely not essential. Why are they so noisy?" Right? And if your Facebook feed consists entirely of artists, you don't see that. But I have enough meme
yeah,
groups.
that's true.
I have enough friends. People are like, "Oh, these artists, they're not essential." What?
I would say something to the contrary, Kim, where because you said that it takes away from the important issues. I think there is space for both conversations.
No,
Of course, I don't
no.
think there's a need.
There's limited
need
time and
for-
space and attention.
No,
If I
but
say
that
to
is
you
not
now,
valid.
there's 1 second I'm saying, "Hey Adi," and then 1 second you're paying attention to me. There's 1 second less you have to pay attention to something else.
But we are thinking of our limited perspective. I'm talking of as a species as whole. There could be multiple things that multiple people care about.
So that's what Russia is doing, right? Russia is generating enough noise so that America is concerned with combating its noise rather than really focusing on what's important. And
Which is
our
how-
PR machines are doing that now.
Yeah, which is how Trump's like entire like Twitter shitposting thing works too. Is
Yes,
that
Yeah.
yes, that's
And,
right.
and the thing about Trump's is that there seems to be no actual planning, or it feels like there's no planning, but it just works. He just talks so randomly that it's just
Yeah, yeah.
generating its own noise.
Yeah, you just tweet something. Suddenly you have, like 10% of people going like, "What? You can't say that!" And then that 10% of people who could potentially be vocal and activated and interested in something are now focused on a tweet that has no meaning, and so their
Yeah.
energy is gone.
and in that meantime, the Republicans have sold all your private
Oh yeah, just by the way, or Mitch McConnell gets on with the basic with his
Okay,
general job of
I
destroying
would-
America.
Yeah.
I think the more likely, at least the more likely scenario to me is that it just comes out from a Singaporean propensity. Okay, the first artist case probably came out from a Singaporean propensity to
Yeah.
rank things. Right, we as a national
Yeah.
national entity, we love
we
ranking
we
our
are
schools.
obsessed with statistics.
We rank
Yeah.
our
And status.
yeah.
My fellow Singaporeans.
I just lost all of you.
So
which is
if
great.
you want to rank upwards, instinctively the Singaporean reporter goes like, then you must also rank downwards. Everything must be ranked. You cannot just rank one half, right? So
Do
that's
they
one.
rank the bottom schools?
So it's probably a
They used to.
they used to
do that for
used to.
JCs, right?
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so they used to rank everyone, right? So it's like, hey, it's my national pastime. Why am I
Yeah, sorry, audience. My Wi-Fi
going
is like
50%
dying.
or something? I love to use it. So I go to 400, right? Yeah. So that's more likely. Regarding that weird post, I really have no idea where it came from, but possibly it fits into this this anti-Western, anti-intellectual kind of angle, right? Like, oh, you must be careful of what people think, etc. It fits into that. But I wouldn't say it's a huge conspiracy for them to constantly throw weird shit at you.
It doesn't have to be a
Right.
conspiracy. It's just a PR strategy.
Because if that's the theory, if I were the guy running the campaign, the next thing I would have my leaders riding unicorns. They just ride unicorns across every single.
No. It doesn't have to be so weird, right? It just needs to be enough to get your attention.
Yeah.
So,
then,
like this,
but
who
I
is this
think that
man, right?
the fundamental problem then we are saying is that the human psyche is prone to such distractions, or it's very easily
It is.
Yeah, look at Facebook.
So then social media or these PR strategies or be the newsrooms are not really creating the problem. They are just
Perpetuating it.
Propagating it, yeah.
Yeah. So what we are advocating then is like you're saying that, oh no, you be responsible because you have become a newsroom. But what we're not acknowledging is the fact that we as a species are just fundamentally flawed. Then
I'm
it's not really.
I'm not advocating any solution, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is
No, I think
how
because
it
you
is.
said the whole there is a time and space to talk about certain things, right?
Yeah, but I mean, don't get distracted by noisy shit that doesn't matter.
I think
Like this stupid survey. Fuck this
Yeah.
survey, right?
Yeah.
I think the issue. I think
Fuck
the
this
issue is
PAP
not.
piece.
I think
Because
the issue
I
is
mean,
not-
it's just noise.
Yeah, but I think the issue is not really like it's not about like okay, we know that as humans we are flawed in some way, so we succumb to our flaws. But rather, how do we rise above? How do we,
No.
in knowing that our flaws exist, rise above them?
Guys, I think we found an optimist.
And no, I agree with Parag, and my point was then that we should be fixing what is maybe lacking in us, and what Kim said, basically not get distracted by like, oh, it's a poll, so we should be all talking.
My fellow
your
Singaporeans.
Your political platform would be look within yourselves for change. That's your
No,
political
man.
platform, lah.
Actually, no. I would if I were into this sort of thing. I wanted to really make money. I will start a PR strategy or a communication strategy firm that basically relied on this in order to distract from worse things. So like I would work for a horrible company like, oh, I don't know, something that destroys the environment, for example, or exploits people, and then create noise to distract from that.
Or destroys the rainforest and names
Yeah.
itself after it.
But don't name yourself after that, and then say, oh, I'm planting trees, and then actually go and destroy some trees instead, because people will be like, I cannot understand this. Clearly, they're planting trees. They're good.
Yeah, and then you could shave your head and make yourself look like a Lex Luthor, and
Yeah. Or do something else.
Really
That's,
lean into the villain archetype. Yeah.
You don't. Oh no, because that would be a bit obvious, right? You want to look like
Hey,
Mother
that's Jeff
Teresa.
Bezos.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
Oh shit!
And,
Oh man.
Are
like,
you
Jeff
describing
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos? Yes.
yeah, he's just like no one's gonna be that obvious. Then you're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wait, hang on.
in reality, Kim, what you're describing actually exists and
Yeah,
happens
so
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
for years.
yeah,
But
Yeah,
so,
big books
the thing,
And
the
we
thing
won't
is
buy
that
it.
what Adi was saying was like, with this survey, for example, it represents a problem. So if this gets your attention, it's just that you have to understand why it gets your attention. And the problem is not that they think that artists don't matter, because that you have to like find the root of the problem. Was like, because generally artists are considered less productive and less that they don't participate in the society. Not only in Singapore, generally, and where in any country. So this distracts you from other things for sure, like how they're treating, how they're social injustices and social inequality for sure, or other. But here you go to the other thing is you're ranking problems, like, oh, this problem is more important than this problem, than the artist problem. So you should not care about that artist problem. You should care about the other problem. No, you should care about everything.
As many problems as you can.
But
Yeah,
here's the thing.
exactly.
As long as we live in a capitalist world, and as long as we function under a capitalist system that prioritizes production and productivity, artists are going to be like somewhat, it's like, because like you are valued by what you produce, right? And as long and how you are contributing to the economy, et cetera, which is a capitalist kind of way of thinking about things, which is where like creative pursuits and creative endeavors and doing stuff because you feel like this is important for the human condition, that kind of stuff doesn't fit in because you are feeding this capitalist machine. So as long as
even in a capitalist, sorry,
I'm just suddenly imagining a manufacturing of like a song or something in like like, first you have the bass coming in and then like somebody's attaching in the snares and then keep going down the assembly line. Like,
I made 3 songs today.
Capitalist music making.
wow.
but that's actually quite true for a lot of like some creative endeavors. Like K-pop is pretty.
Yeah,
it's pretty,
that's
it's
what I was
pretty-
gonna say, but I thought about
Yeah.
Gene, and I'm like,
right?
What?
Like-
Gene in our group is a K-pop fanatic.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can like it, but it's about like I'm just trying to say that capitalism as a whole doesn't necessarily put down artists by default. This is my opinion, because it's just about like if you think about it, right? Like so much of this, at least this pandemic, at least has shown that actually people who entertain do have a very high premium. Like the whole Netflix,
Yeah.
just huge premium, right?
But then why are we so why do we feel like we're discriminate? Why do we feel the need to discriminate against them? Because that's consuming that content is what has been keeping us sane for the most part.
So like I think the problem is on multiple folds. The first fold is who owns the platform of the artist actually has the most capitalist power. So it's about the people who are managing that whole army of resources and artists, right? That actually has that highest amount of ability to just channel their authority around. Whereas artists as a whole, I think it speaks to a deeper issue about capitalism, which is that, or at least if we're going to talk about corporatism, at least is that large entities have a lot of power to direct resources as and where they like. So regardless of how much you spend on the idea of art, right, it goes into a common platform and it goes up there to whoever it is.
Well,
right?
so the money is not in the creation of the art. The money is in the commodification and distribution of the art.
Yeah. But if you think about it as society as a whole, have we spent less money on artistic endeavors? I would argue actually we probably spend more, right? Because I've been playing more games, been watching more Netflix.
Oh
right?
yeah.
I can't enjoy in hard items, hard functionary items like I don't know, a bike or a car or all these very hard items, right? But all I'm stuck at home. It's all the visual sensory entertainment items that we're consuming now. So it's an odd situation to be in. It's not necessarily an outcome of capitalism as much as the way the structure is organized. I feel. So if you count by net, everyone's probably paying more money to us. It's just that
We just don't perceive that.
we don't perceive it. We
Yeah.
don't perceive
Who's
it.
we?
But net, everyone's paying more money.
It's a general we, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not.
I mean, it's also about courtesy, anyways. I mean, you don't try to tell if you had a friend who is facing unemployment and is about to lose his job, you don't like tell it in his face like, oh, your job, your role in society is terrible anyway. Even if it's technically correct, you should not say it as a person. You would try to comfort the person. You try to like cheer him up. You try to tell him like there are other things you can do.
I think it's just an outcome of the survey lah. It's just an outcome of ranking. And in this case, I think one of you identified that the ranking is quite pointless lah, right? I agree there are certain situations where ranking would be important. Let's say we're all on a submarine and we all need to vote for who's the guy to fix the engine.
My
I have an
goodness.
art degree, right? I'm gonna go look, we're gonna need to rank the importance. It has to be an engineer going down to fix the engine, right? It has to be some rank, some way we are prioritizing this. But in this case,
I could go down as an improviser and pretend like I know how to fix an engine.
improvise the engine.
and we'd all die. We'd all die, right? We'd all die.
I can do the engine noises like.
You will
Sound
die
effects.
laughing. I guarantee you will die laughing. You will be very entertained. As
Not really.
but
You will
that's
die with fluid filling your lungs, or maybe you are impaled on a large spike as you.
Adi,
you know.
if we died laughing, that's only because you accidentally hit the nitrous oxide chamber. Like that's
If the salt water got into that chamber,
yeah.
yes.
I mean, if you're on a submarine with nitrous oxide, I gotta question your life decision.
Yes.
But I really like what you're saying about like the whole capitalist thing, and we can rely on you to have a good think about things, which is nice. Very different from your usual like
What's my usual?
not your. No, when I say
Usual.
your, I mean like people in general, because we are all sheep.
Kim, can you do that usual head shake again, please? That was really
Yeah.
That was a really cool.
My fellow Singaporeans.
Cool. Just gonna distract by pressing these a few times.
My fellow Singaporeans.
When I didn't mean you, when I said the way you are thinking, and then I said by your usual, when I said your, I was referring to humanity in general because we're all sheep.
Oh. Okay.
But you are a thinking
royal
sheep,
you.
which is nice.
A royal you.
I just want to update you guys on the Twitch chat because suddenly a bunch of praises have come in for Adi because he's got a nice hair flip.
Because I got a nice one.
Hair flip.
Oh,
Oh, I thought that was a comb over.
You want to take off your shirt, Adi?
Maybe we should just make that the show, right? That's
Wait,
the only thing that's
damn it.
Oh.
Get my hopes up, Adi.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So close.
And I was
Let's
getting.
for the final episode. Let's all do like a bubble bath. We're all streaming through a bath.
There's a request coming in for a 老师好 song. So we're all gonna sing that in a little bit.
Wait,
One.
what song? What song?
Oh,
What song?
No.
It's a traditional song called 老师好. So I'm gonna just set it up in a little bit, and then we all just sing along to it.
I'm assuming that's a Chinese song.
Yes, it's very traditional Chinese
It's
song.
basically hello teacher.
Oh,
When you greet the teacher.
Oh, Lao Shi. I know Lao Shi means teacher.
老师,
yeah?
yes,
Is it from that old show with that Chen Li Ping and
that's the one. Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly the one. Yes, so I'm gonna
guys,
try and find
if
it.
you guys
Oh, and
have
the
any-
students marching on the paddy fields.
if you guys need, like, I have to advertise this. If you guys want like quite a lot of free time, the Chen Li Ping the original series, which kickstarted this, is the most trippiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I kid you not.
Can you repeat
That-
that? What series?
It's this is like Good Morning Teacher, right? If you watch the original series that kickstarted the TV series, so the TV series is a school drama lah. But the original series is this thing where they teach you about alphabets and numbers, etc. Right? The original series is pretty damn trippy. I swear it's true. I remember the story ends with an evil gorilla kidnapping a clown, transporting the students into an alternate dimension, and turning the clown into a clock. The gorilla
What?
The gorilla comes out from the kindergarten walls, and it's like some extra dimensional like villain, you know. He just like comes out from a wall. You go watch it. It's great.
Okay, now
I'm
Well,
even more
Now we
impressed.
just say artists are not essential after watching a
Yeah.
yeah. So after that, there was a craze for that series, and they decided, you know what? People love the teacher, they love the kids. I'm not sure they love the gorilla and the clown, but you know, yeah, let's make it a whole series. So yeah, that's some series. That's some
What?
story.
I'm just even more impressed that you managed to watch that entire series.
Oh,
You
yeah.
sat through all of that.
It was
There
very
are
frightened.
some episodes of Doctor Who which I can't even sit through because it's just too complex.
Cool. All right, guys, ready? Let's go.
I feel like if we sing it together, we're just gonna say it in
帮
different
我
times.
们摇，
蓝椒，
随我看大家在。
爱的
Someone dub over me.
爱的笑。
I have no idea what the audience is saying because it's covering my
老
OBS.
爷忘了
Oh, what's she doing?
老师早
Oh,
学们好，
好。
让你知道这样。
okay, cool. I'm gonna stop there.
Oh dear.
The
Alright.
audience is seeing a black screen.
Fuck, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
MediaCorp
Man.
must be MediaCorp rights. They are like bots
They
trolling.
censored us already.
What is happening? I just lost the entire feed.
Oh no.
Jesus. No, as in like the feed is on, but I lost the video. I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Umarani says that we all disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh
I've
no.
played this poorly. Let me try that
Okay, I think
again.
they can hear us.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this a radio show now?
You're listening to 98.3 live.
This is the BBC News. I'm
Disappointed!
News on the hour by the hour.
Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste. Someone has put the link of the whole series with the trans-dimensional gorilla inside. I'm just gonna put it in the Zoom chat.
Nice.
Wow,
Okay,
someone's actually looked it up.
I have found what I am watching this evening.
Well, if you've gone through the
Welcome,
alphabet,
phase two.
you can skip the first half lah. That's just it.
Such valuable content right here. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Okay. Hi, audience. I don't know what's happened. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
we're back.
We're not really back. I think they can hear us, but they can't see us because I have no idea what's
Yeah.
going on right now. Let me try that again.
Well, if you can't see us, Kim has just started wearing a large gorilla suit. And
Yeah. Adi is naked completely.
yeah, he finally
Yeah,
got
finally.
shirt off.
They're about to start a production with a handcuff. So.
With
With
handcuffs.
Miguel's
Miguel's got the
handcuffs.
handcuffs out.
With the studio now.
Yeah.
The lights are
Miguel-
going dim.
Miguel is directing as usual.
And action. Yes. Yes.
Is this production called Kim Kong?
Wow.
Oh
that's
no.
I'm throwing the shark
Where's my
Oh.
plush toy? What can I throw something
So-
at you?
We're back live on Twitch.
The
Yes,
shark
we
is
are.
coming.
I have managed to fix it a little bit. I'm just gonna play this over my face so that they will look at
To
something.
what over your face?
We like your face, Kim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't do
Like
anything
it.
to your face, please.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, by the way, guys, I've been wanting to share this. Whoa. I didn't
Yes.
even get to the funny
You,
part.
you,
Why
you
do
caught to us when you said guys. What do you? How dare you?
Yes, please continue.
Do you know this? Do you know this Chinese TikToker or Vine artist or whatever it is? He wears some like tablecloth and then he'll slip it away and he'll be
Uh huh.
like, there's
Oh yeah,
something
that's
called-
that's old. That's very old.
What is
Yeah.
TikTok?
Does anybody think that guy looks like Kim? I think that guy looks really like Kim.
Oh no!
How about, can we see a link?
Oh no!
Can we see a
Yes.
can we see
A link
Yeah,
or a
I see evidence.
screenshot, please.
Yes.
can we see a link?
Oh my
So-
god.
Yeah, send me the link.
I can't share my screen, but if somebody can share this.
No, send me the link. Send me the link.
Yeah.
What do we
Change
search
it to
for?
your background image or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
what do
We have
we
to see
search
this.
for? Yeah. I want to see anything that looks like Kim.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh my
Except-
search
except
history
for
just
Kim's
went
Let's
on.
be the
actual
judge right
face.
now.
Yeah, if there's a sea creature that looks like Kim, I want to see it, right? If there's like an octopus that looks like Kim, or
Isn't there like a blobfish or something in this?
What? Hey,
Oof! Wow!
Disappointed! My fellow Singaporeans.
So
Direct hit.
I found like an article about him.
okay, cool.
I'll
So
send
actually,
it
we
out.
only have about 1 minute left before I need to kick all of you off. Yeah, I think Jester needs to go and spread some COVID. I'm kidding.
Finally.
So we're gonna play a quick round of questions only. Right now, and then I'll kick you off as and when you fail. So,
okay.
how are we doing?
I'm coughing. Wait.
Wow.
Hasn't the game started already?
And the game
So-
has
so
started
other-
already.
So how does it? We all our video, right? Then
Oh, it's gone.
Okay.
Or do we speak as an entire group in question?
I see that the game has already. Oh, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. So the game has ended. Everyone, thank you very much for being on Improv Therapy. The game has ended for everyone because I suck. Thank you very much.
You are.
Thank you, audience. You've been
Oh,
great.
no.
Where am I pointing at? There. You've been great. That's right. You. Love you.
You've been great.
You're awesome. Thank you very much.
You're remarkable.